What's up everyone, this is Richard, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about me so you guys can get to know me and why I do what I do. I am in software. I started a software company about 10 years ago, and I do other stuff on the side. And I've always loved snowboarding. So I grew up in a little community out in the mountains, and where we grew up, we were forced to play outside because we had nothing else to do. So we didn't have TV. I still remember going and getting a VCR or renting one from Blockbuster and then going and getting some videos from the neighbors, and that was like a big treat. You know, as you get older, it gets hard to find the time to do things. And there was a point in my life where I was just getting my company going and I had no money. And snowboarding can be expensive and take a lot of time. It's a big commitment to say, hey honey, I'm ditching you for the weekend and I'm gonna go, hit the slopes for a whole day. And she's like, yeah, right, you're not doing that. So I really got out of snowboarding and I started thinking about it. I was like, I haven't been snowboarding for like almost a year. Like last year I only went twice, and that is what I love in life. That's one of my biggest things that I just enjoy doing, that brings a lot of satisfaction to me, and I'm just not doing it. And so I made a commitment to myself. I'm like, I am going to go snowboarding. And I still didn't have money. So I spent a lot of time just up at my parents' house. We would just go up in the backcountry back there, and it was free, and I'd hike places, and there's always places you can go that are free, or I'd get discount passes, every once in a while with a friend as a treat, and we'd go to some resorts that way. So, I made it work. I really made a commitment to myself that I'm going to do this. I love snowboarding enough that I am going to get out and go snowboarding. And sometimes I can tell you that I woke up and I'm like, I just have so much to do. It's not convenient to go snowboarding today. And I go out and I go snowboarding, and it wasn't that great of a day, but I had made that commit to myself, like, no, I'm still gonna go. Next time, I'm not gonna give up. And I feel like so often we give up on our dreams, that because it's not convenient, or sometimes it is a slushy day, that we're like, oh, that sucked, and you kind of lose the motivation to go the next time. But I can't tell you how important it is to get out and do what you love and go outside and be in the outdoors, even when it isn't convenient, even when it's raining. I like to joke, my wife and I, we like to travel a lot, and especially online, there's a lot of videos and photography about how awesome it is to travel online. And my joke is travel is 75% crap. You're flying on planes, you're dealing with crappy situations, language barriers, or you're lost somewhere, or the hotel you were supposed to stay in has bed bugs, or it wasn't what you thought it was. That's 75 to 85% of travel, I feel like. But you really have to love it, and for that 10 to 15% or 25% of travel, that is amazing, and it makes all the other stuff worth it. And too often we get bogged down, and the same applies with like going outside and doing snowboarding or dirt biking or anything we want, that we get bogged down in that, sometimes that rut, that we don't experience those highs of being up on that peak and just a crisp day with that snow blowing, and you see this epic line in front of you, and it's like you're not thinking about anything else but like how you're gonna hit this line, and everything else just fades away, and it's just such a cool experience and such a cool feeling. But like, for instance, we've gone heliboarding. That's what a lot of our channel is about, heliboarding. And it took us 3 years to get a heliboarding trip to work. So the first year of heliboarding, we went to Whistler. We had a trip booked. We knew nothing about heliboarding. And we got skunked out because of rain. Second year, I hit a tree snowboarding at Sundance in Utah, and I broke my pelvis and my arm. Still have the scar to prove it right there. I put a rod in there, and some ribs. So obviously I didn't go heliboarding. We had to cancel our trip. The third year, one of my brothers dropped out because he's like, I think he just gave up on it. But I was like, no, we're gonna do this. This sucks. We're gonna do this though. In the third year, we went up to Revelstoke, and it really turned out to be one of the coolest things I've done in my life. And I think so often we just give up after those first 2 attempts. We're just like, it's too hard. I wasted a bunch of money. My wife's complaining about it. You know, I have responsibilities at work or whatever, and we just like, it's just not worth it. But I can't tell you that having that experience at Revelstoke was seriously so epic. And that is why we are doing this channel, is because I want to encourage and inspire all of you guys to get out and do that. And it takes work, and it takes some grit, and it takes some commitment, but it is worth it. It makes your life so much better and richer, and it's just an awesome experience.
That was 7 minutes.
Hello?
How long are you gonna be?
I'm in the middle of recording.
Jen, you're breaking up our filming.
What time do you think you film?
Like 10:30, I don't know.
In there?
No, just Sam and I.
You too?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm seriously in the middle of filming, so.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Here's why I love snowboarding. I love it because, you know, every time I go snowboarding isn't this like epic experience, right? But when I consistently go, I always have moments where it's just like, and it's sometimes stupid things, like I'm just bombing down a hill with my bros, and it's just like, this is just so cool. And it's just like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just a feeling you get. And sometimes I go, I don't have that feeling. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even gone that day. But I just love it. It just gets me out, gets me doing something, gets me physically active. It gives me a reason to be physically active. And, you know, just those moments. And then I love, as far as more of the extreme snowboarding, I love that so much because I can push myself. And you get caught up in just the run-of-the-mill drone of day-to-day life. And not much gets you excited or nervous. Like not much makes me nervous, like in a good way, right? And so like when I'm sitting at the top of a mountain and I'm like, wow, this is gnarly. Like just that feeling of adrenaline and fear and excitement is just so invigorating. Like I can't explain. It's like taking a hit of drugs, and it's such an awesome experience for me. And and I push myself, and it's a realm I can push myself, and it's just me. And I'm not competing against anybody. I can just push myself, and I zone out, and it's just focused on what I'm doing. So I talked about snowboarding, but the other thing I think is so important is we get, you know, even with snowboarding, it's great, you know, you need to go out and do what you love, whether it's snowboarding, dirt biking, but I think it's important to try new things. And so part of what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be trying new things. We're all gonna be doing random things, because you never really figure out what you love unless you go try it. I read a quote the other day that something to the extent of, you know, telling people to follow their passion is the wrong thing to do, because then you can get into this rut of doing one thing that you might find out if you try something new that, wow, I'm way more passionate about dirt biking, or I'm way more passionate about something else. And you'll never find that out if you don't take a little risk and do something new. This is why we started Backcountry Life, is we were at points in our life where we weren't trying new things, and we weren't getting out and taking care of ourselves and getting out in the outdoors and connecting with our roots. We weren't doing that. We weren't following a passion or trying new things. And this is why we started Backcountry Life, is not only as a commitment to ourselves to go out and do these things, but to inspire. I hope we can inspire other people to go do things. And even if we are feel dorky or unsure about something, is go try something new. Go do something. Go snowboarding, go dirt biking, go jump on a scooter, go skateboard, I don't even care what it is. Go do something. If you have a knack of like, hey, I wonder, that looks kind of fun, I want to try it. Go do that. And that's what we want to do. And that's our commitment to you as we go through this process, that we're going to go do fun things. We're going to make fools of ourselves, I'm sure, many times. But we're going to go out and do new things, just like heliboarding. That was something that we didn't think we could do, and we're like, let's just go do it. And we did it. Took a couple years. One of the coolest things we've ever done. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me. And we're going to be doing lots of cool things, so hit the subscribe button to follow our adventures. And thank you so much, and we'll talk to you guys later.